Hey everyone, Corey from aquariumcoop.com. Today, I'm kind of updating on my Daphnia pond. I've learned a bunch over the years, and one of my first videos I ever did was actually on Daphnia inside in the same tote. That was like 5 years ago now or something. Maybe less, who knows. But outside here we have this 360-gallon pond. You can see lots of stuff's fallen into it. We've got pine needles and stuff like that, and there's bugs, and you can see there's a beetle right over there actually. But what I've learned is having the natural debris fall in is one of the best ways to feed, because the population tends not to boom and bust like it does when we're feeding. I just collected some Daphnia to put into a thing to show you, so let me grab some more here. You can see all of the little specks there that are swimming around. Those are all Daphnia. Now we've got them in a bunch of containers, but we like to harvest this, and it can live as true fresh water, which is super cool. And this overwintered. So what I want to teach you guys is all the specks that are kind of around the rim here, those are all eggs. And you can see there's a bunch of eggs there. When they're stressed out, they lay eggs. And when they're happy, they give birth to live Daphnia. Now, what I think is happening is we're getting too hot. The summer's here, it's really hot, hoping the camera doesn't shut down. But the water temp, 87 degrees right now. That's really hot for these guys. They like to be, in a perfect world, they'd like to be at about 55 all the way to 75. But, you know, the concrete temperature over here, what is that? Is that 137? Yeah, and then you've got the black tote, which isn't helping. Side of that's 100, so you got to think that heat's transferring in there. And this was really, really booming. If you were watching on Instagram, you saw how much Daphnia we had just going crazy in here, but it was about a month ago and much cooler. So this extra heat has made it so that we're not making nearly as many. We've got stuff dying off. But yeah, I found it a lot easier to culture outside than indoors. Now it's just a heat problem. So my goal is I want to move it to somewhere it's much cooler, like on the side of the house or something like that, and still let stuff fall in. We've got guppy grass and some val or dwarf sage and some hornwort in here, and that's kind of absorbing some of the ammonia, but they're really tolerant. And God, look at that little guy just running around. So here's the Daphnia that we've harvested that we'll feed today. At the end I'll link to the video of one, when I used to culture this, and two, when I fed the live Daphnia to the wild caught bettas. But even on the top here, you can see the black specks. Those are all eggs. And then we've got the next pond over, which I'm going to kind of update you on these other ponds too. We've got the Japanese rice fish. So we've got the platinums in this one, and we've got a ton of algae in here, and the green water, and it helps raise the babies. Now, what's nice is we can take, you know, Daphnia and feed right over here, so that's super nice. And then I was able to find some fry in here the other day, so hopefully we can roll that B-roll if we don't spot any real quick here. But even the side of this tote right here is really hot where it's been in the sun. So let's take a look at the other totes we've got going on here. This one, just a bunch of azolla growing really nice. It overwintered as well. But mostly just green water in here. We can come and get big scoops of this to help feed the Daphnia if we need. We've got sticker bushes we got to cut down, but they're feeding off this water. You can see it, you know, kind of inside there. This one over here, it's got Daphnia. It's kind of a backup culture of Daphnia. Not nearly as robust either because it gets hot. And then I like it in the summer when this grows over it because it helps shade it from the heat a little bit, and it looks nice, all the flowers when they're opened up. But you know, we're going to be moving these, I think, to just more shade. Again, there's a dragonfly, but lots of Daphnia in there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but a much stronger culture in this. So this is where I think the heat's coming into play. If you look at these two totes, both of them have Daphnia in it. They're both at the same water level. One's getting shaded much more than the other one. That one's getting much more direct sunlight, heating up. That one not so much. So that's where I think this heat thing's coming in. Over here we've got, there's a few goldfish in here, but they like to hang out at the bottom mostly, but they're just like some ryukins. And oh, you can see the flowers and stuff like that. Not flowers, but some of the vines, stuff purling. I don't know if you can see it in there, but it was releasing. And then over here, this is my failure I don't think any trout goodeids made it over the winter. So all the rice fish made it, the white clouds that we have with the Daphnia made it, but the goodeids, which I really thought were a lock to make it, I don't think they made it. I haven't seen any in here, I haven't seen any fry, and so I view that as, that's a failure. But let's take a look at the orange rice fish. I haven't seen any fry yet this year, but I know we raised them last year because some of these are the adults. But you can see they like to hang out kind of right in the sunlight. Let's see if I can find any more in here. Oh yeah, there's a bunch right there. But yeah, lots of green water. And I think I need more floating plants, or at least algae. Like that one's got a bunch of algae. If I had that over here, then that would make a whole lot of sense for the eggs, or because they get all the eggs on their anal fin, then they swim by and they attach them to roots of a plant and swim off. And so that's really what they want to be doing. But we're going to do a whole bunch back here, hopefully this summer. I think we're starting in a day or two. We're going to start building the pond and stuff like that. I just got the filter up and going on my pond, and it's clearer today than it was yesterday, but still can't really see the koi well, especially through the net with this sunlight. Yeah, they're nowhere to be seen right now, unfortunately, but we're going to build a much bigger pond and get a coarser net so we can see through. And oh, there's my Shiro Utsuri. I don't know if you guys got to see that really, but you can see him coming up a little bit. See if I can, the water's still pretty green. Yeah, they want to eat. They're thinking, they're going, oh, is it time to eat? He's going to throw food in. There's my Mitsuba. But the water's a light green color. Give it another day or two with this UV sterilizer and it'll be real clear. And yeah, we definitely want to upgrade these guys. And you guys will see how we're going to do that. We're going to start digging it out on like an 80-degree day. But yeah, that's what I got going on with the outside ponds. I'm going to delete all this. And oh yeah, there's Doitsu. But yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you enjoyed and learned something about Daphnia. And you should start culturing it because it's super fun and not profitable, but profitable for your fish room, and that your fish get to eat better.